Who doesn't love when spiders crawl all over you? Arachnophobes and creepy crawly haters, well, I got a terrible movie for you to watch that's oh so good. Let's check it out. What's up, guys, and welcome back to Beyond the Void Horror Podcast. My name is Alex, and today we have a spoiler-free review called Infested by director Sebastian Vanasek. Is coming to Shudder in AMC Plus for you to watch on April 26. We are getting quite a few spider movies lately, and if these are doing as well as they're doing, I think we're probably going to see a lot more. So, what is Infested all about? Infested is a movie that is about a kid named Caleb who lives in an apartment complex, a community of people who kind of work together to try to get by in life. One of the kids, Caleb, is sort of a dealer. He likes to do dealing, but not like drugs. He's more of a shoe salesman. And he's also a rare insect collector, which leads to a problem when he buys a single spider from the local dealer. He and his entire apartment complex have to battle a bunch of spiders who are the deadliest on the planet. Ugh. There are some moments in this film, let me tell you guys, that had me going. Now, I want to point out, this is the movie that actually was called Vermin. It's a French film that came out in 2023 that was at the festivals that Sam Raimi actually saw, and he saw it and instantly said, you should direct the next Evil Dead movie. Another spin-off, of course, because they're going to take it in different areas each time they do the movie. When you watch this movie, you will see why Sam Raimi is all about this guy. His camera work is impeccable. All of the camera angles, all the twists and turns. This is one of those movies that really takes full control of the camera and makes it work for the film very well. The story in this movie is a little frustrating at times because there is so many times in the movie where this kid who seems to know everything about spiders doesn't seem to know how to handle this particular spider. And the way he goes about handling the spider, I might add, is really strange. But we came for the spiders, right? And boy, are there many. There are moments in this film that I literally jump back. I wouldn't consider myself an arachnophobe, but I definitely do not like spiders. And this movie will definitely press its thumb on the scale to test your mental strength. So if you are arachnophobe, this movie is going to petrify you. Now, earlier, I actually got to do a review of the movie Sting. Really enjoyed it. It was a little bit more on the comedic side. This movie is on the extremely serious, very dire, somewhat complicated story about, I guess, humanity and like the microcosm of what that looks like in an apartment complex versus the world, those that be in power. A slight messaging going on in the background of this story that kind of plays out as you go. Now, I got reminiscent vibes of like something like Record. I never really thought about it, but when we watched Evil Dead Rise, this movie uses the entire building as a set instead of just like one floor like Evil Dead Rise did, which was one of my negatives that I felt like in the movie. Not in this one, but in Evil Dead Rise. So this movie actually goes from the attic to the basement and that you cannot escape. I think that's a plus, and all of the masterful CGI that they did on the actual spiders in this, where this movie uses multiple different spiders. The Sting movie uses practically one. With this, it just seems to get under your skin a little bit more than the Sting movie did for me. This one, man, I don't know. There is just so many of them, and they kind of look like wolf spiders, but they're dangerous, more dangerous than that. And you kind of find out where they come from in the very opening segment of the movie. Personally, I think some of the flaws in this movie, while there is some gore and some obvious, like, really creepy stuff going on, Caleb, the lead guy in this movie, was a little frustrating to watch at times. His bad mistakes, a lot of people's bad mistakes in this movie too. There is sort of a modern kind of vibe to it with the music in this. They use a lot of like rap. It kind of feels like that movie Attack the Block in a way with the music a little bit, but not as funny or chummy or any of that stuff. One thing I also really liked about the film is that they used a couple of like gags in the film, like if you're putting your hand somewhere or using the lights to really kind of amp up that sort of intensity, which is really well done. And then you add that camera work in again, and it just adds to everything. But yeah, I really enjoyed the movie. I just found a few flaws in some of the characters, but again, it's easy to overlook because you are really just kind of here for the spiders. That's the main show, and you pretty much want everybody to die by the end of this movie anyway. Like I said, this movie kind of reminded me of Wreck or Record with spiders instead of like, you know, zombies or demons or whatever. It definitely can be seen how Sam Raimi is going to want to utilize this director to do the next film, which I can't wait to see because obviously Sebastian Vanasek knows what he's doing. And this is like his first feature film. It's just, he just came out the gate swinging. So I'm really excited to see what this translates into a Evil Dead film. I don't know that he's going to necessarily be writing the story, but maybe he will. But I feel like some of the characters could have been brushed up a little bit more. I didn't really necessarily feel for any of them at any particular point, so they didn't really build the characters as much, but I definitely felt for them when the spiders would jump at them. It really freaked me out. There was a lot of scenes and situations with a lot of the different characters who get attacked by these things, and it is, you know, I wouldn't say it's the goriest film I've ever seen or anything like that. It's definitely not, but it's what it's doing with what it has. It just feels like a movie that is more adult because of how they make it feel so scary in there. A lot of the tension is really good. There's a lot of suspense, and it has a kind of a modern feel to it because of all the camera work and the music and everything. It didn't make me go super excited. It made me feel like it was just a solid film, and I would say it's an 8 out of 10 easy. I think some people might even be higher. I think most people are probably going to enjoy this film a lot more. So I think it's a pretty safe bet for most of you to check this one out. It may vary on some people's scores, but I think 8 is a pretty solid score, and it is definitely one of the better films this year by far. I liked it slightly better than Sting, but it just depends if you're looking for more of a serious romp or a funnier romp. Sting being the funnier one, this one being more serious. Just expect a good spider romp, and I think you should be good. But this movie, again, comes out on Shudder and AMC Plus, April 26th. I got a screener copy. Thank you guys so much for sending this one out to me. I really appreciate it. So like I said, if you got AMC Plus or Shudder, you can check it out, and I highly recommend you do. But thank you guys so much for coming by, and let me know what you think in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like and subscribe button, and also that little bell notification to let you know when I have a brand new film up. Thanks for coming by, and as always, long live the void.